Well, hello and thank you for joining me for another IT Wire and Alex on Tech video. I'm joined today by Chano Fernandez. He's the co-president of Workday. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Alex.
So we're here on day one of Workday Rising, your annual US conference. But before we get to that, I thought you could just tell us, what does Workday do in 2018 and what's a little bit about your history in the world of tech?
Thank you very much, Alex. Well, all our customers, close to 10,000 or around 10,000 basically here in Las Vegas for our conference this year, are going to hear a lot about the innovation that is going on within our products. And it will be things around how we're using machine learning and where are the business use cases that are more relevant to the industry, how we're applying the capabilities around video and learning and some other financials and HR use cases. What are we doing on the Workday Cloud Platform? What about adaptive and basically them becoming now part of Workday and having a stronger basic business planning solution. So those are some of the things that should be expected and that they're coming in this 2018 among others. So we're really, really excited about that, right? Regarding me and the technology world, I've been in this world for close to 20 years, or 20 years plus now, close to 5 years within Workday. So far a great journey.
And so what are some of the headline announcements that you want people to really internalize from this conference? I know we're going to announce the news later, and I won't be publishing this video until after that's happened. But for someone who's watching this, what's the number one thing that you want them to know about Workday?
I think the number one thing is that Workday keeps innovating at a very high speed, and basically that the customer satisfaction that has taken us here, we expect will be taking us forward, because there are many customers out there that are basically realizing and deriving value from implementing Workday within their organization, something we feel very proud of, and we have a very close partnership with all of them.
Now, cloud and big data, digital transformation have been the buzzwords for some year, but these days it's all about machine learning and AI, which you mentioned briefly, and also obviously we have security and breaches. So what is Workday doing in AI and machine learning, and what are you doing to keep everything super secure, given that it's an epidemic out there?
Yeah, well, the first thing about security, right, I would say that on that one, I've got to be honest, I realize on our development fellows and colleagues, but I can tell you that our management team, security is our number one topic. I know that those guys go to bed thinking about security and wake up thinking about security.
Probably
right?
dream
And
about
we
it
discuss
too.
a lot,
Yeah.
in order to basically keep doing the best job we can. So fun, we're doing a good job, but it's basically gotta be every single day looking onto it, right? And we gotta be very, very agile on how we're becoming and adapting all technologies to help us to be more secure every day. And that's because we know we are, the data processor, and basically holding a key asset from our customers, which is that data, and they're relying on us and trusting on us to protect it. So we take that very, very seriously. So that's something that I want you, Alice, and everyone to know, right?
Sure.
The second thing in terms of, machine learning and big data and so on and so forth, I think, it's all about data, right? Yeah. I think it's important to know in Workday that we are tremendously uniquely positioned as an enterprise company on managing that data, because we only have one single data, one single architecture, one single security, one single privacy model. And we really were born more kind of the business to consumer big companies like the Google or the Amazons or the Facebook or so others. So we're really, really great position to really mine that data for you to become that data, make it more intelligent, more visible, to have you out to take better solutions. And I think we've done very great inroads in terms of innovation, on not only about Workday data, but bringing external data with applications like Prism these days to enrich the subset that you're going to be taking decisions on. Around that is a question of what are the use cases and the business cases for you, and the smart questions that you want to answer that data to help you out to run your business better.
And obviously we're going to learn a lot more about that at the conference.
We are, and we're going to be showcasing some of those basically use cases around the core HR and finances applications, and enriching basically how you can even interact pretty easily with chatbots, with the Workday assistants, with how videos are becoming very, very smart, and how the solution is learning and basically providing you a better user experience overall. So really looking forward to showing that.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Now, an important thing about Workday is its culture, and if you've got happy staff, you obviously got happy staff, which means happy customers and better products and services. And Forbes recently ranked you as number 7 in the 100 best places to work for 2018, which is quite an honor and accolade. So tell us a little bit about that.
That's something that who we are, to be honest, Alex. It's been tremendously intrinsic in the beginning. I think we need to keep doing a good job right now as we're growing as a company and enhancing that to keep protecting enhancing and doing a great job on our culture, So we are well known as a great place to work, in that fortune, but also internationally in many different markets, also for millennials, for women, within IT. So we had pretty many accolades, but I think the most important thing is that we want to see employees around the corridors here, really, having a smile, really being happy within Workday, realizing that this is a company that is caring about them, that they're doing great teamwork, that is offering them opportunity, because we trust that if they are happy, they're going to do a great job for our customers, and that's the most important thing.
And I think I said Forbes, but I think you're right. It's Fortune 100 best places to work. So sometimes it's easy to mix those guys up. So look, we're going to learn about industry trends and those sorts of things at the conference. But I always like to ask about the future. I sort of have three questions that I always finish on. And what do you think the Workday of 2028 will look like? I know that if you knew the answer to that question, you'd be a multi-billionaire sitting on the Bahamas sipping, pina coladas, as other people tell me when I ask this question. But what do you how do you see the next 10 years evolving for the industry and for Workday?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I unfortunately I wouldn't know exactly the answer, but I believe that new technologies arising today like machine learning, blockchain, and so on and so forth will be more structured at that point. I believe data is going to remain very relevant, and it's going to be more and more to be managed and handled, and the ones that get more and a better grasp on understanding how to get value of that for their organizations and how to understand that are going to be definitely in a much better position. I believe that there are significant trends happening in the market in terms, for example, the workforce demographics and how more people will be just, freelancers and, part-time jobs more than full-time jobs and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, we see that trend
today. There are some of those trends as well that are becoming into motion. So it's going to be one on technology, it's going to be another one with demographics and basically how to balance all that. That is still being, I believe, core of everything we do.
And my second last question is to simply ask you if you could please share the best piece of advice that you've ever received to help you get where you are today. From a mentor, a teacher, parents.
Wow, that's a great question. I guess I learn every day, and I'm receiving advice every single day. But I think that I try to keep thinking. I'm every time when I go, basically, I'm finished the day, and you reflect on the day. How customer focused have you been today, right? Yeah. Have you really done things that were really for the best and the meaning and making improvements on your customers and thinking about that? Or have you been tied up onto a lot of internal stuff that has not been value add, right? So to be honest, is reflecting on, that guiding core principles for that, and am I spending my time and my priorities on those ones or not?
So my final question is, what's your final message to IT Wire viewers and readers and to your current and future customers and partners?
Well, my final message is Workday remains committed highly to innovate within the HR and financial space and the analytics space that surrounds that one, that we are very, very excited about the opportunity that lies ahead of us, but that we remain pretty core and true to who we are in terms of more and foremost keep listening to our customers on how we can then fulfill better basically and bring value for them.
Well, Chano Fernandez, co-president of Workday, thank you so much for your time, and I'm looking forward to a great Workday Rising conference.
Thank you so much, Alex, for you and to your viewers for hosting and taking the time for me today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.